One of the interesting stats is that the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has had more net flows than QQQ year to date. Right, so just massive flows there, over $500 million just yesterday alone. And so I think what a lot of people say is, well, that was the first one. Is the second one going to be as big? And I don't think that's true, right? If you just go...
You've all heard of the Bitcoin ETF, but have you heard of the Ethereum ETF? Well, it's officially launched, and this could have tremendous price action and some big developments. We're going to get into it. A lot of people are reporting on it now. Will it outperform Bitcoin? I don't think so, but there's some interesting things going on. So traders have suggested that ETH's price is falling to $3,209. That putting it in the buy territory. You always want to buy the dip. But that might not last once the big ETFs come into effect. I'd love to know what you think in the comment section below. Will it go up? Will it go down? What effect will the ETF have on Ethereum's price? But there's two major zones, and the crypto trader Sheldon the Sniper told their 490,300 followers in July 24th on X post, he pointed to 3,300 as the current buy zone. So, looks like it will be going up. And he also further predicted that Ether could reach 4,000 in the next week or two. So if you've been watching this and you're like, I need a signal from someone, that could be a major one. No telling what will happen, but it's interesting to see. Also, it's currently trading at 3,209 at the time of this publication. The price dipped down another level. It's being closely watched by 3,500 mark right here. So you can see it. And it's been around where Ether has been fluctuating. So ETH has been up and down. It's been around the 3,000. It's been around the 2,000 mark. It's going up and down. And this is going to be interesting. Enter the ETF. So Vandy Pope doesn't rule out Ether doubling its price near term either. It's probably very likely the price will rally from 3,500 to 7,000 or 7,500. And 1 or 2 weeks for downward momentum before the real surge of Ethereum hits an all-time high. So will Ethereum be hitting 7,000, 5,000? Who knows? But the ETF is big. Why? Because Ether is going to experience huge price action from the inflows, similar to what happened with Bitcoin when its price jumped from 40,000 to 70. And Michael D. Van Pope is also banking on that. Ethereum in a smaller range, of course, 3,500 to 7,000, but that's still a huge increase. So you might want to jump on some Ethereum now or stake a little bit. Now we'll get into that, but this is some interesting news for the Ethereum ETF. What are your thoughts on it? We got some more big news. Ethereum ETFs just begun trading today, and we have the ones to buy. So these exchange traded funds are finally here, and with more than a half dozen ETFs, the world's second most popular cryptocurrency, right behind Bitcoin. People have a lot to choose from. So now that it's just begun trading, you probably want to ask yourself, well, do I want to get into ETFs? Do I just want to buy Ethereum? You could benefit either way, as we just saw. You can see spot Ethereum ETFs began trading today. Here's what you need to know. So the SEC allowed a $1 registration to become effective on Monday, and Perfuma predicted 750 million to 1 billion of net flows. So this could blow up. Even the SEC has taken notice, and they marked the final sign-off for funds representing the world's second largest cryptocurrency. Now, a lot of people just see Bitcoin ETF. They see Bitcoin's key appeal and scarcity, but they actually find Ethereum's appeal and utility. So what do they mean by that? So NFTs, different projects. A lot of projects do ride on Ethereum. Jay Jacobs of BlackRock's US head of thematic and active ETF said on Monday in a post on X, you could think of Ethereum as a global platform for applications that run without decentralized intermediaries. So think of your favorite NFT. Think of your favorite DApp. Think of your favorite DeFi project, if you're into any of those things. That has huge potential. And 8 issuers will debut their ETFs to institutional investors, retail traders, and here is a rundown of issuers as well. We have the Grayscale Ethereum Mini Trust the Grayscale Ethereum Trust Franklin Ethereum ETF, Van Eck Ethereum ETF, Bitwise ETF. We also have the 21 shares Core Ethereum, Fidelity Ethereum Fund, iShare, Trust Invesco, and 6 of the funds will use a Coinbase custodian. And Van Eck is using Gemini as a custodian. Fidelity is self-custodying. So very, very exciting. Now, how does that pair up against Bitcoin? A lot of people believe Ethereum ETFs will generate less inflow than spot Bitcoin ETFs. And I would have to agree with that. Bitcoin has more reach. It was the first cryptocurrency in existence, bringing this all to fruition. Without Bitcoin, there wouldn't really be any cryptocurrencies. So yes, I think Bitcoin ETFs will have large reach. That does not mean that Ethereum ETFs will not be huge. However, Profumo did predict the 750 million to 1 billion of net inflows. The block previously reported that matches up to Citigroup's projection of 4.7 billion or 5.4 billion over the next 6 months, and 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs have launched in the US in January and have amassed nearly 60 billion combined market caps with 330 billion in volume. Now, what does they say about that? Well, the Ethereum market is less than 1/3 of the size of Bitcoin, according to Nate Grassi, president of the ETF store. In my mind, it's a reasonable proxy what to expect from spot Ethereum ETFs. Grassi said Monday, at Spaces event hosted by the block, I think we'll see about 1/3 of the demand of what we've seen from spot Bitcoin ETFs. So this is very interesting to me because now, even though Ethereum has spot trading as ETFs, we're going to have to see how it performs against Bitcoin. I think it will have a big impact. Could go up a few thousand, could have some interesting implications. However, we have to think of Bitcoin more as the currency that started all, and people want to collect Bitcoin, while some people see Ethereum as a utility for dApps, NFTs, and other things like that. That being said, I think it's still going to have major ramifications on people who use ETH. I think it's definitely going to go up, and a lot of people are going to be taking note now of ETFs. And I'm curious to know, what do you think the next cryptocurrency for ETFs and spot trading will be? Let me know in the comment section below. So as we can see, spot Ether ETFs sees more than 1 billion of trading volume right here. So it is blowing up. As we can see right here, the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, which saw 448 million in outflow. This is going places. Now BlackRock iShares Ethereum Trust had the most inflow at 266.5 million, followed by Bitwise Ethereum ETF at 204 million. With a rough over trading volume at 1.077 billion, and the fund saw roughly 20% of trading volume than the spot Bitcoin ETFs. So many market observers had speculated the volume and inflow for ETH would be underwhelming due to a lack of the staking mechanism. See, one problem that hurts it is that when people buy Ethereum, including myself, they want the staking. So they want to be able to buy Ethereum. They want to get interest off of it, essentially. They don't want to do mining like Bitcoin. They just want to put their Ethereum in, say, an exchange like Coinbase, allow it to stake so they can get passive income. Now, with these ETFs, that's not possible. So will that be something that hurts it? Will it take off? Well, it's yet to be seen. But this is definitely a big thing. Let me know. I personally stake Ethereum. Do you stake Ethereum? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's move on to some thoughts about this topic.
A big one. We'll show some inflows and give you guys some insights on how that is. Don't forget to put some questions in over on the side. We'll try to get to some of those toward the end of the show. Maybe we might take a few in the middle. We'll see how things are going. Arkham, of course, coming in all ETH ETFs now in Arkham. They've identified on-chain locations of most of those, so you can go and take a look at that over on Arkham. You can kind of see some of the transactions that are occurring. Here's BlackRock right there, and you can kind of see not only the price, but obviously the holdings right now at 10.62 million. And of course, this is still very early in the day, so a lot happening here. And I think the question will be how this holds out for the rest of the day. Here's Grayscale, of course, leading the way on inflows on all of that. So this is going to be one, I think, to watch. And kind of the thing that everybody's been anticipating here is about 20% of what Bitcoin's first day was, which was around 4 billion. I've got some stats on that. The question will be, can Ethereum also pace in that way? If it gets to that point, in my opinion, that would be a huge win. Anything over 20% would be significantly above what I think a lot of analysts have pinned the Ethereum ETF to do. So good stuff. I want to go to a clip real quick. This first clip is Pompliano. He's talking about the Ethereum ETF and how this may roll out. Take a look.
Spot Ethereum ETF set to begin trading today. The SEC approved ETF applications from 21 shares, Bitwise, BlackRock, Fidelity iShares, Benek, and Franklin Templeton, along with Invesco Galaxy and other Milestone. Anthony Pompliano was here, founder and CEO of Professional Capital Management. Pop, it's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
You think this is a game changer or not really? You seem less excited this morning than when you were here on Bitcoin Day.
Yeah, well, let's go look at the Bitcoin ETF. I think, historic thing, probably the best ETF launch in history. One of the interesting stats is that the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has had more net flows than QQQ year to date. Right, so just massive flows there, over $500 million just yesterday alone. And so I think what a lot of people say is, well, that was the first one. Is the second one going to be as big? And I don't think that's true, right? If you just go and, before I came on, I looked at all the major news sites. People aren't talking about it as much. And so the media attention, the hype, all that stuff isn't really there. And so it brings you to the question of why are people not talking about it as much? And I think part of the challenge for Ethereum is that the story isn't as clear. It's very clear with Bitcoin, right? It's digital gold. When we start talking about Ethereum, you're talking about a technology platform. There's a lot more competition, etc. But if you go and you talk to the people at Bitwise, they're launching ETH today, what they would tell you is, well, actually, there's diversification. People on Wall Street love that. And so maybe actually the benefit that Ethereum will have is just people say, well, I don't want to have just one. I want to have a couple of them. It's Bitcoin, it's Ethereum. Let me do like a 70-30 split, and that'll be good enough for it.
I'm going to agree with.
So what are your thoughts on the Ethereum ETF? I would love to know in the comment section below, so definitely let me know. I'm always interested to hear your opinion as well. And what cryptocurrency do you think next will be in the ETF game? There's a lot of them. I'd probably guess Cardano might be having an ETF, but I will let you decide. If you enjoyed this video, guys, you know what to do. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to know when I post more videos. You have questions or comments, definitely let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.